Hey y'all, welcome back to Just Jasa. As you know, I am Jasa, and today's video is on what it means to be a woman. Don't quote me, I don't believe that's exactly what I put on my thumbnail, but that's what we're talking about today, what it means to be a woman. And as you hear my son probably in the background, that's probably where I'm going to start in this video. As always, make sure you turn on your notifications, you like and subscribe, and drop some comments in the comment section about what you think about this video. Even previous videos, I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts as well as maybe some topic ideas, because I can talk about things that are on my mind all day long. But this is for everyone. This is for us. This is to build our community. So before I start rambling, let's get right into it. All right, so like I said, you can probably hear my son screaming in the background, and honestly, I don't know what to say or where I want to start with this. It's one of those topics that obviously we've seen in the media in the past couple weeks with Keke Palmer, right? We've seen her go through her relationship situation in reference to how her being a mom, right? And we automatically assume being a woman equates to being a mom. Something that, just to air out my laundry, me and my husband had a conversation about a while back, and it was in relation to now that my things to do includes me being a mom, if that makes sense. I was wondering, like, what am I going to do with my life? I feel like I have no purpose. I was really struggling. And his response, unfortunately, at the moment was, well, I'm a mom now. And I immediately took it personally. I took it personally because I feel like there's more to being a woman than just being a mom. You know, my duties don't stop there, but they also don't begin there. You know, I start my day taking care of myself, and then I move into making sure my son is okay. But that was something that ignited this topic. Whereas I am a woman, I do not have all the answers. I do not know everything, but I do know how certain things make me feel. And that too is part of being a woman. So I want to say it was a couple weeks ago. I think it's been a month now. But I took a course with my lovely family member who is a spiritual life coach. Her name is Chanel. Hopefully you will see her on my new segment that's coming up that we'll talk about at the end of this video. But she did a segment on femininity, right? Femininity, being a woman, and all of those different aspects that go into it. And it was a crazy experience for me. I sat in awe because it was a moment of self-reflection. However, there were traits and methods and strategies and things that she suggested to do in order to unlock that feminine side that y'all, I am not built for. I am not built for. Me and my other cousin, her daughter, actually, we laughed about it because there were so many things that we just know are going to take a long time to reprogram, and that's okay, right? That's my saying. It is okay, because we sit here and we stress about things that are out of our control, but as long as we can acknowledge it and figure out where we're trying to go with that case, I feel like that's enough. But nevertheless, that was another aspect that I realized is part of being a woman. Something I believe I mentioned in previous videos is how me and my husband communicate, how those are different. And it's always a struggle. My husband is very logical. He likes specifics. He likes events. He likes to know exactly what happened, not how it made me feel. But for me as a woman, that's how I'm telling you what happened. How it made me feel is all I remember, is all I care about. Yeah, there was something that caused it, but at the end of the day, what you did made me feel this way, and this is what I want to address. I don't care about what happened. It's over for me. I forgot it as soon as it happened because my reaction is stuck in my mind. Okay, so for all the men out there, that is an example of how we think. But all these topics I'm running through, we are going to discuss a little bit deeper as we go through this video, but I just want to give you an idea of where I stand, what I think it means to be a woman. And I don't like to focus on the gender role ideas of what it means to be a woman, because I think there are so many other things that go into it that people just don't acknowledge. And for even me, like I said, I'm not an expert. I am a woman, but I'm not an expert. This is just my experience. So let's just go back a little bit. I'm sure you hear now my son has stopped crying. Well, hopefully you don't hear it, but if you do, my son has stopped crying. And I will say that that's something that has become new to me. Taking care of people is not new. However, not being able to return that responsibility is new. My son is with me 24/7. He is a breastfed baby. He is a co-sleeping baby. He is a mama's boy. So for me, a lot of my responsibilities start as soon as I wake up, and it goes until I wake up the next morning, because once again, he is a breastfed baby exclusively. So we definitely have a lot of mommy son time. And although that is a given for that to be a woman role, it is very hard to understand that difference. I battle internally a lot with, I wish my husband would do this, I wish he could do that. I really struggle with how much pressure it is to have that responsibility. But in reality, I wouldn't trade it. It is part of who I am. I am his mother. I am here to nurture. I'm here to make sure he is happy. I'm here to bond with him. That is my role. I'm his teacher. I am his care provider. I'm his health provider. I do all of these things to make sure that he is taken care of. And whereas my husband is learning that right now at his very young age, our son isn't going to need him the same way. And although it is very difficult, I'm also learning that that is where it becomes my role. It is who I am. And I don't know, it's different. But with my husband, he definitely is learning that down the road, the roles are going to change. So as of now, I can say my son is definitely what it takes for me to be a woman. That is me. That is my role. That is what goes into my foundation, into my making. Taking care of my son in his very young age, into his developmental years, to make sure when it's time to rough house with daddy, he's not falling apart. All right. So that's my first part. That is my first insight, because once again, I only speak to stuff I'm going through or stuff that I've already experienced. And being a mom, I am 3 months in on this. So I will definitely have more input on that as we go down the road. But for now, that is my first thought on what it is to be a woman, right? So let's move on. So my other aspects that have come into play would be the femininity. I am learning to be more feminine because I find that it's important for me to embody who I was put here to be. And if that means sometimes I'm a little bit more masculine, then that's the case. However, I run into a lot of obstacles when it comes to being feminine because I'm fighting it so hard. I will go at it with my husband, I'll go at it with peers, I'll go at it with kids, everybody can get it. When it comes to me trying to maintain my masculinity, trying to maintain that boundary and that control, I have a really hard time with letting go of control. And I think for me, my perspective is it's more so trust. I have a hard time trusting and allowing people to take on their roles in my life. So I end up being more masculine than feminine. But I say all that to say, I'm starting small. Going through that segment with my cousin, it was really nice to see that, one, I'm not the only one, and two, that there are different things that I can do to kind of embrace that side. And it's not always about talking softly. It's not always talking about your emotions or just being open to your beauty. No, those are very materialistic things to me, or things that kind of dumb down the woman. And that's something that I think I really struggle with as well, is I don't want to be seen as just this person that magnifies off of beauty, off of the just essence of walking on rose petals and just being delicate. it's weird to me. And that may have to do with how I was raised, who I was raised by, and what I saw. I saw a lot of strong women doing a lot of things on their own, and trying to transition into that woman where I allow people to help me or be in my corner or take on the roles that they are meant to take on. I struggle, right? So when I say this is part of being a woman, I do believe that it goes into more so allowing life to happen, allowing your path to take form, and not necessarily falling back, but submitting to what you desire. And what I mean by that is, as women, we don't realize how much power we have and how things are set up exactly for us. It's unfortunate to say, but it is true. So when we are constantly trying to get to where we want, or just fighting, changing our outcomes, changing our obstacles, trying to make people fit into this form that we put together, we're missing out on opportunities. We're pushing back against the universe. We're pushing back against our journey because people were put in our positions or in our lives to fill a certain position, to help us get to where we want to go, to make us feel more comfortable and confident, to settle into our roles, to be able to be who we are trying to be. And I don't want to say this in the most sexist way possible. Mindset that a man is here to do everything. But it is a mindset that we need each other, right? And now this generation is big on we don't need them for anything. And that's not true, because I can definitely, truly, and wholeheartedly say my husband has taught me a lot. And whether I saw it as a benefit then, I definitely see it as a benefit now, because I have opened my mind to the possibilities that I be doing too much, which is another video we're going to talk about next Friday. But for now, those are things that men are very good at, because women are very emotional and we think with our hearts and not always our mind. We tend to miss out on the details. We tend to miss out on lessons that we may have needed. And that's where my man comes in. I don't want to be that woman that's always talking about my man, my man, my man. But at the end of the day, I can give him his props where they're due. And that's something he has taught me, is to focus. See the stable pieces, not always trying to grab the moving parts, not trying to catch up with that end result, and just live in the moment. Be still. Be still, be peace. I'm here to experience and to allow the people around me, to allow the opportunities around me to come, and not feel like I have to be so masculine and chase after everything. That's not my role. My role is to be still and to be with myself. And that is why I have been privy to so many masculine personalities that allow me to do that while they defend, while they protect, while they go out and gather. That's what my husband does for me. So I say that to say, another aspect I believe that goes into being a woman is being still, living in what I choose to live in, and taking the opportunity. And let's see, my last one. Y'all, I'm not gonna go too deep, just because, like I said, I will always push this. I am still learning. So everything I speak on is things I am learning, and we will build upon them later. However, something else that I have learned is mainly not feeling obligated to match up to others. And what I mean by that is, as a woman, we are hit with a lot of social expectations, and it becomes very difficult to be confident and comfortable with yourself. And for me, I am constantly looking for different routines. I'm looking for outfits. I'm looking for makeup. I'm looking for hair. I want to know what my husband likes. I want to know what the next guy likes. I want to know what people are interested in, so I can make sure that I'm up to date. I'm up to code. Am I going to pass the inspection if I'm walking down the street? And once again, let me clear this up. It's not to look for other people's compliments, approval, or validation, but it's saying, I want to make sure that I'm seen, or that I'm enough, or that someone finds me attractive? Do they think that I'm doing something right? And that includes women, because women, we know we are very judgy. We will judge someone more than the other people will. And that's where it goes into constantly trying to be on this pedestal. And I have found myself trying to get out of that. Not doing my hair because I want to make sure that I look just appealing, or making sure that my nails are done, or making sure I'm wearing makeup, or making sure I'm wearing skimpy clothes, or something that just doesn't make me feel good about myself. It doesn't make me feel confident. It just fulfills that social need. And I think the hardest part of this journey has been making sure that I remember that, once again, my husband knows who he married. I don't need to do all that extra stuff that people do on social media. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That these women do on social media to get attention, to get noticed, and to seem like this prize. That he chose me. And that I am the prize exactly how I am, with my hair wrapped, no makeup, dark circles from this baby, and just a simple outfit on, and that is very hard. And I think as a woman, that's something that we need to acknowledge. We don't need to do it to meet some standard. We need to learn how to make our own standard. And there was actually this lady I saw on TikTok. She was saying that she cut out hairstyles that were more European. And she started doing things that were more natural, even if it was a wig. Natural texture, natural length, natural style, not the body wave, not the straight, not none of that. It was just her. It was something that she can embody much easier. And for me, I really resonated with that, because it's very hard to sit here and go through and figure out what I want to do with my hair. And this is just an example. What I want to do with my hair, because I'm trying to fit that image of sleek, put together, everything's in its place. That's more beautiful than this textured stuff. Oh yeah, it's going to be hard to manage. Oh, you should try and do this so it's not so difficult and it's cheaper, blah blah. It always puts you down, and it makes you feel inadequate. Also with the clothing, it's so crazy, because I find myself in love with the tomboy look. I'm just gonna be real. I do. I love a cute tomboy look. I love my jeans. I love my leggings. I love just simple. I love oversized t-shirts. That's me. But when I get into this rut where I feel like I have to be womanly, or I have to look like this feminine goddess flowing in a dress, now I'm forcing myself into outfits that I don't feel comfortable in. I may be pretty. I may look like, oh, okay, well, my husband gave me a compliment, so I must be doing something right. When in reality, I'm uncomfortable. I'm irritable. I'm ready to get out of the public view. I am quick to try and cover up with my jackets, with my hair scarves. I just want to get out of the position of being in that nasty space. I don't feel like myself. And I have found myself associating that with being a woman, and not with trying to fulfill someone else's expectations. So when I, once again, associate it with being a woman, it's constantly living up to standards of someone else and not acknowledging what we like, what we want. And of course, I already know I'll have some women be like, no, girl, I do what I want. I wear my clothes the way I want. Yes, your clothes may be it. You may do your hair how you want. You may have your nails the way you want. But we don't understand that there are so many standards and influences that are thrown at us that we incorporate in our daily lives that we just miss. Okay, so as you see, I've had to change locations to be a mom, but and my shirt, spit up is real with these babies. But I guess to pick up where I left off is understanding that being a woman isn't set in stone in what we look like and being this persona that society expects us to be. Now, it's very difficult to hit on this topic. I was actually very surprised as I go through rambling and sharing my perspective on it. It's actually very difficult because everyone's experience is much different. Trying to understand where I stand on it is much different. But it's crazy to me to see the difference. and the levels to being a woman. It's not just a one conversation ordeal. It's not just something that I can say is specific within myself, let alone other women. The things that we've talked about, from being a mom to trying to be more feminine, to not allowing myself to succumb to these crazy ass standards that are set, telling me how to be a woman, how to look, how to walk, how to talk, what jobs I'm supposed to do, right? These are all different things that have gone into being a woman in my experience. And with all of that, I still have no clue what I feel makes me feel more womanly, if that makes any sense. You know, like what can I say makes me feel like a woman? I can definitely say being a mom has been added to my list. Being fearless and just taking on these different challenges, these new opportunities. I love that. And I think for me, being able to overcome so many different things makes me feel like a woman, because there's no experience like it. And I definitely value those times. So to even try and have this conversation or narrow it down, I don't think this was meant to be a specific conversation on what it means to be a woman. I think for me, this was going to be identifying that everyone's journey is different, and that there are so many different ways that this conversation can go, and things that can seem like it's an issue or something that needs to be overcame. And in reality, it's my light. You know, for someone else, this may sound like I am just talking down on all the aspects I see as being a woman. Oh my gosh, I can't figure out how to be a woman through femininity. I don't know who I want to look like, be like, act like, because societal norms are so strong. I love being a mother, but I don't want to be singled out as just a mom. All of these things are true. However, I wouldn't be me if I wasn't a mother. And what goes into that is, light bulb. I am a mother, but my role in being a mother comes from who I am as a woman. I cannot teach my son how to fight as a man. I cannot. I am feminine. I have to learn how to radiate this feminine energy in a way that doesn't discourage me from my own dreams or discourage people from being in my journey to being on my path. And I also have to know who I am and what I want to be in my original design, not something that someone else put in my path and told me that's who I was supposed to be and look like. I don't need to have my ass out and show y'all all my goods to get some attention. And if that's why you're here or why people follow me, please go ahead and remove yourselves, because once again, we are all authentic here. My dark circles is popping in this room, and that's okay. But I think that as I continue to talk to you guys and be my most authentic, genuine self, I do see the reasons why those aspects came to mind. Like, you know, everything that I talk about is going to be 100% off the dome. It's a conversation I feel like needs to be had. And it may not always be planned. It may not always be sketched out. I may not do a brainstorm before the video. But I am making sure that I share my perspectives and things that I'm learning. Will I come back around with this conversation? I definitely plan to, because like I said, as of now, this is where I am and the knowledge I have to share. But I am hoping, planning, expecting to have more to say on this topic later. So I'm going to put a pin in it there. I do have a few things I wanted to share with you guys, which is kind of new. I usually don't share a lot of news, but I want to make sure I share it. So I am offering a tutoring service for elementary school standards. However, it's on skills that all of us could use. But nevertheless, it is a information meeting starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. via virtual link that I will be sharing on all of my social media platforms. So please make sure you tune in to get some information on my tutoring services. I plan on having classes start September 5th. For anybody that is interested, make sure you use the links that are on my pages. They're everywhere, so you can find it just to submit your registration form. Basic questions just to get some information about you and what you're looking for or for your student, as well as when you would like to start, because I offer semester courses that go from September to April, but I also offer one-on-one as well as pre-recorded lesson plans that if you just want to do it on your own. So that is starting on Saturday, tomorrow at 11 a.m. to get the information for that. Also, I will be in the Fayetteville area for a pop-up shop in October. I am going to be posting my flyer soon, so be on the lookout for that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for now. I do have something else I'm working on that I mentioned in the last video of having a guest on my show, and this will incorporate 2 segments. So it'll be my SheEO session. That's where I'll have a female entrepreneur or just a female in the world that I am close to or that I know I've had the privilege of meeting, to kind of talk about their journey, talk about their profession, what they do, what they offer, to kind of give you guys some insight on different people in our community that we can use, as well as my guest commentary that'll be on the last Friday of every month for the assigned topic that I have for that week. Just to come on and talk to me. So when we run into moments like this where I am really just sharing my experiences, we can have different perspectives, okay? So I will be sharing those links, and this is for the public, okay? So this is for you guys. If you know a SheEO that you want to sign up or knows that could really share their passion, their business, whatever they have to offer, please send them the link, let them sign up. Same goes for the guest commentary Fridays. I would love to have so many people on to talk with me, to really get deep into these topics. But as always, I definitely appreciate you guys. I love that you are coming back and we are doing this. We have got through 1 month. Woohoo! I will be posting the videos for next month. You can expect those maybe by the end of next week. I will have all the videos and their titles posted so you can be prepared for September. If you have not turned on your notifications, please make sure you do that. Go ahead and subscribe, share this video, like, comment, and just spread the word, guys. We're really trying to get to 100 subscribers by next year, y'all. Yes, I'm giving y'all next year. We have done so amazing since I came back. I appreciate the love and all the support. But that's really it, okay? Thank you so much. Hope to see you next Friday. Bye.